Hello and happy Monday. Welcome to the weekly vlog. Hello from Tony back here. Wow, my hair is a mess. I just got home and it's a crazy windy ice storm out there, so I'm a little windblown and haggard looking. Having a rough day. I was at the dentist earlier, so obviously horrible torture fell upon me. And I have to go back to the dentist in like 2 weeks, so more misery, but it needs to be done. I finally have benefits through my new job, and they are much better benefits than my last job was. I barely had to pay for anything at the dentist today. It only cost me like 80 bucks, so I'm very pleased about that. And of course, I was already planning on going to the bookstore to get myself a reward for being brave at the dentist, but because it ended up being much cheaper than I planned, I may have gotten 2 things. Couldn't help myself. I didn't really have a plan for what I was going to buy. I was just going to look around and see what caught my eye. And I had absolutely no idea that this existed. Better in Black by Cassandra Clare, which is a Shadowhunter World series of short stories. The sticker better come off. Yes, it came off beautifully. No residue. I love that. I had no idea that it was being released, so very happy about this. It's also stunning. It has these beautiful end pages, and then the naked hardback has this beautiful foiling on it as well. So a gorgeous edition. Absolutely no idea when I'm planning on getting to this, but at some point in the near-ish future, I will get to this one. It'd be amazing if she could finish the series, what is it? The Lost Book of the White. That one, she put out 2 books in that trilogy, and it's been like 5 years since book 2 came out. There's just been nothing. Like, give me the ending of that series, please. One day. But this one, hi Tony. This one has a sneak peek of the Last King of Fairy, which is book 1 in the Wicked Powers, which I guess is coming out before the final book in the Book of the White, whatever that series is called, series. So yay, love that. Just give me the last book in that series. Please finish it. Anyways, I got this one, and then while I was perusing, I also picked up The Everlasting by Alex Iharo. I love this author so much. I have almost all of their books now, aside from the Fractured Fables series, but I have everything else. So I figured I would add to my collection and get their newest release. I don't actually know what it's about. Oh my god, the end pages. I didn't even look at it. So first of all, it has this beautiful deep green sprayed edges. Oh my god. Oh, this is beautiful. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Oh, that's stunning. And then, oh my god. So beautiful. Yeah, this was a need. I've been wanting to get this book since it was released, and it's finally mine. I had a few other books in my hand that I was gonna get, but I behaved and I only got those 2. I also got myself a candle. It is pumpkin spice and ginger because it was on sale for $7.50, and it smells amazing. Not that I can smell very well right now. I'm still congested from being sick last week, but I can smell enough to know that I like it. It's also very cute. I love the jar. So that was the book portion of my day. I also popped into a store just to look at the clearance section and grabbed a couple of shirts. So I just got a simple green t-shirt, nice dark green. I got a light blue tank top, and then I got a brown long sleeve shirt for work because my boss tends to run hot, so he often has the heat turned down so low that we're all freezing at all times. So long sleeves are needed at work. But yeah, that's that on that. In terms of what I'm currently reading, I've got 2 things on the go. So right now I'm reading Every Spiral of Fate by Tahereh Mafi on my Kindle, and I am 40% of the way through. I am on chapter 22 right now, and I am eating this book up. I'm loving it so much. In terms of the plot, I don't have a single clue what's going on, not gonna lie. But the romance, oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Just the pining between Alize and Cyrus, I am obsessed. This feels very much like Cassandra Clare books. It reminds me of when I was reading the last hours. I used to love the Shadowhunters series, and then I kind of fell out of love with it, but the last hour series made me fall back in love with it because it was just so addicting, and that's exactly how this book feels. It's very reminiscent of the old school YA fantasy romance books that I used to love and adore, and I'm having a blast with it. And this is going to be my plans for the rest of the day. I do want to get a couple of videos filmed because I have a whole bunch of content planned for the new year, and I want to get a head start on filming at least 2 of those ideally. I want to do my January TBR today as well as my 2025 Buzzword readathon wrap up. And then my other current read I have over audiobook, Holly by Adalyn Grace, which is the holiday novella in the Belladonna series. This is only a 4.5-hour audiobook, so I'll probably finish it up by the end of the day. I don't really have any thoughts on it so far. I'm not like loving it, but I'm liking it enough to at least continue. It just feels like it wasn't really needed, to be honest, but it's fun enough to continue, and it's a good time of the year to read it, obviously, with it being the holidays, and I've been very patiently waiting for it for quite a while, so for it being so short, I might as well just finish it and also check off another series caught up on before the end of the year, so bonus points there. Anyways, those are the current updates. For the rest of the week, I've got 0 plans. New Year's this week, and I don't have any plans to do anything. I work on New Year's Eve at my part-time job. I work 5 to 8 p.m. and I'm mad about it. Other than work, no plans. It's going to be a pretty boring week, probably spent being cozy and warm at home as much as humanly possible. But I'm going to stop yapping, go have my lunch, and I'll check back in once I have some updates on something or other. I have had a very productive day. So I got my new PC yesterday. It's a gaming PC. So I spent a good chunk of last night getting everything set up, at least just the actual computer part of it. And then today I was doing all of my like cord management stuff and redoing everything. Like I've got all my cords plugged in down there instead. And then because the computer part did not fit on the shelf down there, I had to shift over my dresser, and in doing so I had to like completely redo my room, and then ended up doing even more than I actually needed to, which I'll show you in a sec. But so basically here is the gaming PC setup, which I'm very excited about. I've got my Switch there hooked up to my TV. I'll probably add on some cute little decorations here and there, but for now, nice basic setup. I have my new croissant rug down there that my coworker got for me as a joke. It's so cute. So with my dresser, I had to move it over a good few inches, and then I wanted to keep my TV still centered with my bed. So my TV is not centered on my dresser anymore. It also doesn't fit because of this shelf. So it's a little off center and it does bother me, but it's all that I could do. It's good enough. And then I fully redid all of these shelves today as well. Hello. So this cart right here used to be over here, but now the litter box is there because the litter box used to be right there. And then in that spot I had like these white shelves with some stuff on it. I had my Switch on there and all of my cameras, but I now have too many cameras, so I redid these shelves and got my cameras up there. So I now have this awesome shelf full of various generations of cameras and camera gear. Here I redid those shelves as well, just moved some things around. I put Bella's urn up there, as well as some photos with Bella and Tony, and then my old dogs as well are up there. This shelf stayed the exact same. I needed to find a new spot to put my Zelda shield, so now it's just covering my garbage can for some reason. I have nowhere else to put it, so that's where it's going. Yeah, all this stuff is done right now, and it's been my entire day. I started doing this around noon. It's now 4 o'clock and I have to get to work. I work 5 to 8 at my part-time job today. It's New Year's Eve, by the way. Happy New Year's. I still have to have a shower and get to work a 3-hour shift, and then I'm going to a New Year's party tonight, and I somehow still want to try and fit in reading the last like 45 minutes or so of Every Spiral of Fate, and I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. So I'll figure it out. I have plenty of snacks to bring to the party tonight, so I'm well stocked there. I have wine to bring And yeah, oh, also all of my unhaul books I've moved into my closet as well. And yeah, I feel very organized, very productive, but goddamn, that was my entire day, and I wanted to read all day, but that's all right. Also, hello from Tony. Oh, and I also filmed a video today. I did my second half of 2025 book haul, so lots of stuff done today. Not a lot of reading, but that's all right. I'll finish that book hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll find out. Happy New Year. I look and feel rough. It's so bright. Oh my god. I just opened the curtains. Jesus Christ. It's noon and I'm just getting out of bed. I'm definitely a little bit hungover. I drank an entire bottle of wine by myself last night. So I can't remember the last time that I slept until noon. What I wasn't saying. Well, I wasn't sleeping, but I've just been like lying in bed scrolling on my phone for the last like 2 hours. So my entire Instagram feed is nothing but heated rivalry, and I am loving it. It's been a fun combination of interviews with the cast and then people reacting to certain scenes and episodes. So I've just been like cycling between laughing at the interviews and then crying along with people while they're reacting to the episodes. So I've just been crying all morning, but like happy tears. It's fine. What a way to start off the new year. But yeah, I had a great time last night. I went to my friend's house for a little New Year's party. My friend gave me a New Year's kiss. He said that was very nice. Yeah, we just hung out, drank, ate lots of food, had a good time. It was fun. It was very nice. I also finished my final book of the year yesterday. I had a 3-hour shift at my part-time job and it was really slow and I didn't feel like doing anything. So I just kind of read while I was at work, and I finished Every Spiral of Fate by Tahereh Mafi. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5 star. It was good. I liked it a lot, but the middle was excellent. It had me so obsessed with the romance and the pining and just everything about it was so good. The beginning was kind of boring and then the ending was just kind of frustrating. Throughout the entirety of the last third of the book, I was just sitting there like, shut the fuck up, Kamran. He was so annoying, and the ending was just a lot and way too much, and I was just kind of feeling impatient for things to get moving, and the characters were all saying that they were in this huge rush and they were on this time crunch, and then they'd stop and talk for 20 minutes, and I'm like, shut up and go do the thing. So the ending was kind of a letdown, but that middle part was excellent. So a 3.5 star for that one. I did still quite enjoy it. It just wasn't as good as it could have been. I don't know if I'll read the next book in the series. I'll probably at least give it a shot, but I'm not overly excited about continuing the series, so we'll see how that goes. And now today I get to start my first book of the year, which is going to be, what is it, Through Gates of Garnet and Gold, I think. It's the 11th book in the Wayward Children series by Seanan McGuire. I got an advanced listener's copy for it, so I'm going to have the audiobook going while I make breakfast. No idea what it's about. I didn't even look at the synopsis. I never do for this series. The new release for this book is always my highlight of the year, and it's always like first thing in January, and so it's nice to start off the year with a bang. And this year I get to have it even earlier. It comes out on the 6th, and I've been waiting for the 1st to read it because I wanted this book to be my first book of the year. So I'm gonna go get started on that, make some breakfast, try and get rid of this hangover. I am not young anymore. I used to be able to party so hard. I used to drink, not like a lot, like not frequently, but when I would drink, I could have like multiple shots and mix alcohol and just like, I could party when I was younger. And now I literally I had one bottle of wine, which is a lot, to be fair, but it's not nearly as much as I used to be able to have, and I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna go easy on myself today. And yeah, we will chat later on. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Also, hello from Tony back here. Yeah, this week has gone by very, very fast, and I feel like I've done nothing, basically, but it is what it is. I've been playing with my new computer quite a bit, and that's eaten up the majority of my week, but I'm loving it. I've had a couple of little hiccups and things that were kind of annoying, but for the most part, I've mostly figured it out. I downloaded DaVinci Resolve, which is my video editor that I use, and I was editing a video for the first time last night. Hi, Tony. And it's so much easier, it's so much faster, it doesn't lag, so I am very pleased. It's gonna make doing YouTube so much easier. But otherwise, I have been doing some good reading this week. So I had an advanced listener's copy of Through Gates of Garnet and Gold by Seanan McGuire, the 11th book in the Wayward Children series, and I read that one on the 1st. Every year, it's my New Year's Day tradition to try and read a whole book start to finish on New Year's Day, and that was this year's choice. It was a wonderful way to start off the new year. I'm gonna give this one a 4-star. I did really like it, but I didn't love it as much as I have previous books. It's not my least favorite in the series, but it's definitely not even in the top 5, I would say. I think my issue with this book is that it felt like one big prologue. I think the first probably a bit more than half of it felt like it didn't really matter, and it was just set up for what should be a full-length novel. And by the time that things actually got really interesting, the book was almost over, and the story will definitely continue into later books. But just knowing how this series works, where all of the odd number books are actual like a long-running plot, and then the even number books are a backstory where we go into one of the characters' worlds and see their story. Knowing that I now have to wait 2 more years until we see where this story goes, it's a little bit frustrating. And because of the length of this book and just the way that it was written, we really didn't get much of a taste of what this new plot's gonna be, because like the last few books in the series have all followed one continual storyline, which kind of wrapped up recently, and now this book is introducing a new storyline, which does have promise. Like, I am interested to see where it goes, but this book just didn't really feel like enough of an introduction, where it didn't really feel like a productive part of the series, aside from kind of checking in with certain characters that we know and love. So again, I liked it. If you're a fan of the series, it is definitely worth continuing. I'm excited to see where things go, but just this individual book felt more like filler, I found. So I gave it a 4-star. The writing is as beautiful as always. The characters were great. So there were lots of good things about this book. It's just the actual plot of it was a little bit of a letdown for me personally, but I think the storyline will be really good once it actually gets going. And then I started the audiobook. Tony, why are you yelling at me? Hi. And then I started the audiobook for Mate by Ali Hazelwood, the sequel to Bride. I'm currently about 40% or so of the way through that one, and it's fine. I'm not loving it, but it's like, oh my goodness. But it's a really good kind of background noise, honestly. I'm not focusing too hard on it at the moment just because it's not really holding my attention. The actual plot of it, I don't really know what's going on, but I do like the 2 main characters. I like their banter. I think they're very sarcastic with each other. They're constantly bickering, but in like a funny way. So I'm definitely looking forward to the romance kicking in. I think I'll actually quite enjoy that part of it, but as is, I'm just kind of coasting through this one without really caring about it a whole lot. And then finally, for right now, I left the actual book downstairs, but I have the desk jacket. I've started reading Heart of Flames by Nicki Preto, which is the sequel to Crown of Feathers. I read that first book like 2 years ago, and I just keep not getting around to continuing it, even though I own the whole trilogy. Sorry, Tony is really wanting attention right now. He keeps distracting me. But what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm finally getting around to continuing the series. I'm not very far into it so far. I think I'm only on page like 50, I want to say, maybe a bit less than that. Very early on into it, I'm just kind of getting back into the story where I'm not entirely sure what happened in the first book now. I did read a recap online of book 1, so I kind of have a vague idea of what's happening, but as I read more, I'll get more familiar with the world again, and I'll get back into it soon. But yeah, so far, so good on this one. Those are all the current reads right now. I want to watch some Supernatural. I actually ordered dinner tonight, which I hardly ever do. I hate paying for delivery fees, so I very rarely get food delivered to me. But there's a new restaurant in town that just opened up that I have been so excited to try. They're an Indian fusion restaurant, and I've ordered a butter paneer poutine. If you're not from Canada, poutine is typically fries, gravy, and Quebec cheese curds, which are like a squeaky hard cheese that don't really melt, so they don't get all stringy. It's delicious. It's the perfect like drunk comfort food, and this is just a regular poutine but made with butter paneer instead of gravy and cheese curds. So sounds great. I was choosing between that and the butter paneer mac and cheese, but I think I really want a gigantic thing of fries right now. So that's what I'm going with. I'm looking forward to it. It was kind of expensive, so it better be good. I would normally never pay $20 for one meal that I'm eating at home. If I'm in a restaurant, I don't mind paying a bit more, but getting takeout, I don't like getting things that are kind of expensive. So I hope this is good. But if this is good, the rest of their menu looks fantastic, and I'm very much looking forward to trying more of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna be gross and eat in bed. I don't normally eat in bed either, but I don't feel like being around anyone right now. So I'm just gonna keep my door closed and not interact with my roommates tonight and just binge watch some Supernatural, have my food, and then later on I'm going to read my books. Hi, buddy. But first, I'm gonna give Tony lots of love because he clearly wants some attention right now. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. My food's almost here, so I will check back in once I have some updates and we'll chat later on. It is Monday, and so time to wrap up the weekly vlog. You're also currently precariously resting on a squishmallow, and I give it maybe 2 minutes before it falls over. This is not very stable, but I actually don't have much to update on aside from the fact that I finished Mate by Ali Hazelwood, and I gave it a 3.5 star. I liked it. The romance was great, but I found the actual plot to be pretty meandering, and this book was also way too long. It did not need to be almost 500 pages, but it was still good. I enjoyed it enough. I don't know if I'll continue this series if there end up being any more. I think I would read more books in the series if they were not that long, because again, this just did not need to be nearly this long. I think honestly, like maybe 350 pages max would have been more than enough, preferably even a bit less than that. Just personal preference, I don't really like having super long romance books, and if the plot was more interesting, it would have been fine, but because it was mainly focused on the romance, this just felt way too drawn out. The best part of this book, though, was the banter between the two main characters. They were hilarious. I loved all their bickering and everything. It was hysterical. So really enjoyed that part of it. I used to not really like werewolf stuff, but I'm kind of starting to like it more, and maybe I want to read some more of them now. So overall, a good time. Quite enjoyed that one. And other than that, I'm still making my way through Heart of Flames by Nicki Preto. I'll be at this one for quite some time. I'm currently only on page 119 out of like 600 and something, so quite a long ways to go there, but I'll hopefully finish this one up in next week's vlog and can wrap up my thoughts. There it goes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds actually, so not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, that should about do it for the weekly vlog in that case. So thank you as always for watching. I appreciate ya. I hope you had a fantastic week, and I will catch you in the next video.